Hello students, how are you? This is your Rupesh sir speaking and you are watching your very own educational channel Physics E-Mind. And today's lesson is class 11 bridge course understanding graphs online tutorial 14. As far as understanding graph is concerned, today is your second lesson. Okay. In the previous session, we have learned about circle and typical implementation of integration in it, right? Hope you have learned from it. In today's session, we will deal with some very important graphical patterns that we very often use in different applications in physics. Now, why we should learn this lesson? You should carefully read all the points, okay? What is the utilization of learning this lesson? Number one, we will be able to recognize different graphical patterns generally used in physics. Number two, we will be able to understand different equations corresponding to different graphs which govern different physical phenomena and variations. Thirdly, we can easily switch between different equations and their corresponding representation, that is graphical representation, and vice versa. Number four, which is the most important point, here we are not trying to emphasize different coordinate geometry related problems that we deal in class 11 mathematics. Okay, please remember that. Please do not misinterpret as your coordinate geometry mathematical class. Rather, our actual intention or aim is to build the basic understanding of different graphical patterns and their corresponding equations so that you can easily recognize them in different applications in physics. Okay, and thereby they can be easily implemented on a tailor-made or ready-made basis. Let us move forward. First lesson is straight line. So, how can you mathematically represent a straight line? A straight line mathematically can be represented by a linear equation. What is linear equation? Linear equation is that type of equation having power, maximum power 1. Okay. So, straight line mathematically can be represented with the help of a linear equation of 2. Here in this session, we will deal with only the main forms of straight line that we generally use in physics applications. So, here are some points to recall. We all know these points, but a short recap. Number one, the equation of a straight line that is parallel to x-axis or perpendicular to y-axis at a distance k from it is given by y equals to k. Okay. And number two, the equation of a straight line which is parallel to y-axis or perpendicular to x-axis at a distance k from it is given by x equals to k. So previously in first case, which is parallel to x-axis, it is given by y equals to k, and which is parallel to y-axis, it is given by x equals to k. You know that, right? Now, let us start the discussion of different form of straight line. So, first form, which is the most general form of straight line, we have already learned that a straight line can be represented with the help of a linear variable, a linear equation of two variables. Okay, and it is x plus by plus c equals to 0. Here a, b, c are all constants. In this equation, we cannot make a and b simultaneously 0. Okay, why? Because let us suppose we put here a equals to 0. What will happen? then by plus c equals to 0. Then we will be having y equals to minus c by b. It represents a straight line parallel to x-axis at a distance minus c by b. Again, if we put y equals to 0, then we will be having x equals to minus c by a. So it represents a straight line parallel to y-axis at a distance of minus c by a. But if we simultaneously make them 0, a and b both become 0, then it will just merely represent c equals to 0, which is not the equation of straight line, right? So let us move forward to the second form of straight line, which is none other than slope intercept form. It is a very well-known form, and we should learn this very crucially. Okay. Now, here in slope intercept form, we can write the equation of straight line as y equals to mx plus c. Here, m is the slope of the straight line and c is the intercept on y-axis. Okay. Let us look at the figure. Here, this straight line makes an angle theta with the positive direction of x-axis. So we know that slope of the straight line is tan theta, right? So tan theta equals to m, and c is the intercept made by the straight line in positive direction of y-axis here. So we can write y equals to mx plus c. Okay, here in this case, since theta is obtuse, so we can easily say that the slope is negative and the intercept part is positive, right? Hope you have understood. Let us move forward to the third form, which is intercept form. In this form, the straight line can be given by the following equation, and that is x by a plus y by b equals to 1, where a and b are the intercepts from x-axis and y-axis respectively. Here, this straight line makes an intercept on x-axis a, okay, and b is the intercept made by this straight line with y-axis, and we are having this straight line cuts the x-axis at the point A0 and it intersects y-axis at 0b, which is quite obvious, right? So in this type of scenario, we can write the equation of straight line by this form. Okay, remember each and every form of the straight line so that it can be easily implemented in different applications. Okay, but please remember here all these forms of straight line can be internally transformed into each other. Okay, so all are the linear equation in two variables, and that is why these are the forms by which we can represent straight line after all. Okay, so let us move forward to the next form, and that is slope one-point form or point slope form. Now, what we will do if we have been given the only slope m of the straight line and 1 point x1 y1 on that straight line, then this form can be easily utilized in order to form the equation of a straight line. Okay. So So this form is y minus y1 equals to m into x minus x1. Have a look at this figure. Here we have been given the slope of the straight line m and only one point, that is x1 y1. Let us assume another point on the straight line, and that is xy. So we can easily have m equals to tan theta, or slope of the straight line will be y minus y1 by x minus x1. Right? So m equals to y minus y1 by x minus x1, which easily gives us y minus y1 equals to m into x minus x1. So it is the slope one point form or point slope form of straight line. Let us move forward to the fifth form, that is 2-point form of straight line. Do you remember the previous form, that is slope 1-point form? And this 2-point form is more like that previous form. Suppose we have been given two forms, x1 y1 and x2 y2, and then the straight line passing through them can be easily calculated or formulated by the following form. Let us look at this form. This form is nothing but 1-point slope form, right? The previous form. First, y minus y1 equals to m into x minus x1. So, let us look at the figure. In the previous form, we have been given only one point, that is x1 y1. That is why we needed to assume another point xy. But here we have been given 2 points, right? That is x1 y1 and x2 y2. So we can easily find out the slope. Slope equals to tan theta, right? So tan theta or m equals to y2 minus x1 by x2 minus x1. So we can easily put m equals to y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1 over here, and we are having this form like y minus y1 equals to y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1 into x minus x1. This form is the required 2-point form. This 2-point form of straight line can be written like also this following form. Okay, please note it down. y2 minus y1 by y minus y1 equals to x2 minus x1 by x minus x1. This is none other than this same equation, and this is the last equation is the variant form of this equation only, and the last form that I have told to you, it is the most used form in this 2-point formation. Okay. Now that we have studied different forms of straight line, let us move forward to the second most crucial form, that is exponential graphical patterns. So let us discuss about them. You must remember that down the line of 2 years, you will get to know that there is a tremendous applications in these exponential graphical patterns as far as different physical applications are concerned. Okay, so learn them very carefully. Let us know about some very crucial exponential forms. Number one form is y equals to a into e to the power x, where a being a constant. Okay, students. This form is known as exponentially increasing form. Note it down. It is known as exponentially increasing form, and it is also a monotonically increasing function. Monotonically increasing function. Note them. Monotonically increasing function. Now, let's have a look at this. We'll be implementing critical point analysis over here. So, we'll put different point on x-axis and we'll be having corresponding y-axis values, that is ordinate values, right? So let us put first x equals to 0 here. So what we are having? Y equals to a into e to the power 0 equals to a into 1 equals to a. Now let us put x equals to infinity. So what we are having? Y equals to a into e to the power infinity, that is a equals a into infinity equals to infinity. Now if we put x equals to minus infinity, we will have y equals to a into e to the power minus infinity equals to a by e to the power infinity equals to a by infinity, which results in 0. Okay. Now, if we assume that a equals to 1, then putting a equals to 1 in y equals to a into e to the power x form, we will be having y equals to e to the power x, 1 into e to the power x, that is y equals to e to the power x. This graph will be looking like that. Look at this graph. This graph is monotonically increasing. That is, it is increasing in nature graph. Okay. Now, verify these values. At x equals to 0, y equals to a. Here, y equals to 1. So, we will be having this graph will be intersected y-axis at 0, 1 point, right? Here, this graph is intersecting the y-axis at 0, 1 point. Okay, students. Now, let us move to the second critical point, that is x equals to infinity. At x equals to infinity, y will be having infinitely large value. Okay, so we are seeing that at x equals to infinity, y will be tending to infinity and it will be having infinite large value. And x equals to infinity, minus infinity, at x equals to minus infinity, we are having y equals to 0. Let us look at this curve. At x equals to minus infinity, it is merging with x equals to it is merging with y equals to 0. Okay, merging with y equals to 0. So this kind of graph is known as asymptotic graph. This kind of graph is known as asymptotic graph. See, for any finite value, for no finite negative value, the graph will intersect at x-axis. Only at the infinity, that is minus infinity, only at the x equals to minus infinity, the graph will intersect at the x-axis. So, for no other finite value of x, the graph will intersect at x-axis. So, this type of graph is known as asymptotic nature graph. Please note down that asymptotic nature. Okay, students, let us move to the second type of form, which is another crucial form. Y equals to a into e to the power minus x, where a is constant. Okay, this type of form is known as exponentially decreasing curve. Exponentially decreasing curve. This form is also a monotonically decreasing nature graph. Monotonically decreasing nature graph. Monotonous means boring, right? Monotonous means boring. That is, it is incessantly decreasing nature. It possesses an incessant decreasing nature, right? So, let us verify it. Again, we are using, what we will be using? Critical point analysis. Okay, so at x equals to 0, we will be having y equals to a into e to the power 0. That is, a into 1 equals to a. At x equals to infinity, we will be having y equals to a into e to the power minus infinity. That is, a by e to the power infinity equals to a by infinity equals to 0. At x equals to minus infinity, we are having y equals to a into e to the power infinity, which results in infinity, right? Now let us assume like the previous one, a equals to 1. So the equation will be like y equals to 1 into e to the power minus x. That is y equals to e to the power minus x. The graphical pattern will be looking like as follows. Okay, student. So at x equals to 0, x equals 0 will be having the graph to be intersected at 0 a point. Here a equals to 1, right? So the graph must be intersecting at y-axis with y-axis at 0 1 point, since here a equals to 1. At x equals to minus infinity, the graph will be merging with infinity. It will have infinite large value at x equals to minus infinity. See, at x equals to minus infinity, we will be having y equals to infinity. So for negative infinite value, negative infinite value, the graph will be merging with infinite. Okay, and for x equals to infinity, we will be having, that is positive infinity, we will be having y equals to 0. So for x equals to positive infinity, the graph will be merging with x-axis. So for no other finite value, for no finite value of x, positive finite value of x, the graph will be intersecting at x-axis, right? So this type of graph is also can be said like asymptotic nature graph. So what are asymptotic nature graphs? The graphs which do not intersect with any axis and for any finite value of x or y. So this kind of graph, that is y equals to a into e to the power x or y equals to a into e to the power minus x, these kind of graphs are asymptotic nature graphs. They won't cut the x-axis for any finite value of x. Rather, at x equals to infinity or x equals to infinity in this case, and in the previous case x equals to minus infinity, they will be cut at the x-axis. So they are of asymptotic nature. Okay, they are of asymptotic nature. Let us look at these two graphs carefully. See, it is y equals to e to the power x and this is y equals to e to the power minus x. Carefully see them once. Okay, so we are having y equals to e to the power x, and once more we are looking that, right? Y equals to e to the power x and y equals to e to the power minus x. All these type of graphs are number one asymptotic graphs, and these two graphs, y equals to a into the power x nature graph and y equals to a into the power minus x graph, these two graphs are nothing but mirror image with respect to y-axis. Okay, they are mirror image graph. Okay, let us move to the last crucial point of this session, that is the form y equals to a into 1 minus e to the power minus x, where a is a constant. If we put x equals to 0, we will have y equals to a into 1 minus e to the power 0, that is a into 1 minus 1 equals to 0. At x equals to infinity, we will be having y equals to a into 1 minus e to the power minus of minus infinity, that is, e to the power minus infinity, since it is plus x equals to plus infinity, we will be having e to the power minus infinity, that is a into 1 minus 1 by e to the power infinity results in 0, which ultimately results in a into 1 minus 0 equals to a. In the last step of the critical point analysis, we will be putting x equals to minus infinity. So we will have y equals to a into 1 minus e to the power minus of minus infinity. equals to a into 1 minus infinity results in minus infinity. Okay, students. So now, for as the previous case, we will be putting a equals to 1. So we are having the graphical representation of y equals to a into 1 minus e to the power minus x. Putting a equals to 1, we are having y equals to a into 1 into 1 minus e to the power minus x. That is y equals to 1 minus e to the power minus x. Let us look at this curve. This is a special kind of graph. Note down, this type of graph is known as saturation type of graph. Saturation type of graph. Okay, students, and this red curve is y equals to 1 minus e to the power minus x. Okay, so let us verify it. At x equals to the 0, y equals to 0. Verify it. At x equals to 0, y equals to 0. That is, the graph is passing from 0 point. Okay, the graph is passing through origin 0 point. At x equals to infinity, the graph will be merging with a. The graph will be merging with a. What is a? It is the constant part of this equation, constant coefficient of this equation, right? Remember that. So here in this graph we are having a equals to 1, right? Remember that. And so at x equals to infinity, the graph will be merging with y equals to 1. Y equals to 1. Okay, students. Please look at that. At x equals to infinity, the graph is merging with y equals to 1. So this type of graph is known as saturation type of graph. Saturation type of graph. What is saturation type of graph? Because why it is known as saturation type of graph? Because as we increase the value of x, the value of y will be saturated at a certain point. What is that point? That is the coefficient. Okay. Here it is a. Here it is a equals to 1. So the graph gets saturated and y equals to 1 point. Okay. And as we move forward to negative x-axis, so graph will be tending to minus infinity. So as we move forward to the negative x-axis part, so that we will be having the values negatively infinite value. Okay, as we negatively infinite values, as we move forward to x equals to minus infinity, then we will be having y equals to also minus infinity. So at x equals to minus infinity, graph will be minus y equals to minus infinity. Please remember these all type of crucial kind of graphs. Remember, students, all these type of graphs are very, very, very important as far as your physics applications are concerned for the upcoming 2 years. Okay, students. So that's all for today. We'll be coming back with a very new session of next lesson of graphical interpretation, graphical understanding. Hope we have so far understood whatever I have taught you. Okay, till then, bye. Stay safe, stay at home. Okay, students, bye. Take care.